He's back at it again with another video. I'm gonna start this video off just a little bit different, just throwing some screenshots, some receipts, cause yeah, I've been trading for 2 years, almost three, and I found success in the markets. And there's a lot of people in the comments who kind of try to like play my word. And bro, I seen thousands out of this market, and I'm gonna throw some receipts up here, just how much I'm able to get, how much I was able to obtain with the funding capital, what I was able to do with live accounts, etc. I'm definitely not at the place where I want to be at with the markets, but I definitely feel like I have gotten to that place. And one of the main things I want to go over in this video is a lot of people think that the end goal is to be a full-time trader. A lot of people just want to shoot for a full-time trader. You don't really realize what they come with. Like, being a full-time trader is not the hard part. It's the lifestyle that you think that you're gonna live when you become a full-time trader. The car is just not gonna make you happy. I experienced that. Like, the places that you get to go is not gonna make you happy. The people that you meet is not gonna make you happy. And for everybody that wants to become one, you may think that's what you want to become, but you don't. What you probably really want is to do your dream career and make millions out of the market. You can still work your dream career and make millions out of the market. I realize I got a passion for sales, and I love sales, and I really want to pursue a higher career in sales, which I did break into the number two logistics company uh, in the nation. And while I'm working my way up in this company, which is a passion of mine, I still love the markets. I still want to make millions out of the market. I remember during my interview, I said, even when I make millions off this market or multiple six figures, because it's easier to put out 50K, 20K, 30K, 60K. I get to those higher rounds, I still want a six figure sales job. I still want one because I love sales, and it's just double the income. If you're making the 200,000 out of the market, or you're making 70,000 out of the market, you even making 40,000 out of the market. You got a 70K sales job, you a 100-figure earner, you're a top 10% man, just like that. And you can easily grow yourself into multiple six figures as you continue in your career and your career in the markets. So I'm definitely going to throw that out there. Like, my goal, I've been at this thing for, like I said, 2 years. I'm 21, started from 18, started this journey from 16, started to take action on this journey from 18 to 21. I can definitely let y'all know that I love sales. I love business. Like, I love the work of an account executive, especially a high-level account executive that's managing a team whose job is to meet sales target, and they're selling a high-end service, or a high-end product. And that's something that I'm always going to want to get better at and pursue. Like, and even when I get to the point when the market covers everything and I'm making multiple six figures, I would want to do something around sales, even like teach sales or be a teacher, be a mentor in sales, because I love it. Like, it's amazing, it's fun. So to continue the video, we're gonna get into how I'm approaching the markets. Now, I've been consistently calling out bangers, approaching the market in a kind of, okay, I'm just gonna trade structure, and I'm going to trade certain price action that I see at these major key levels, and I'm gonna go about the day. But now since I'm making that transition from intraday and day trading into swing trading and like holding out trades throughout the whole entire day, if TP get hit that day, I want to find the overall trend and trade the overall structure and be in these trades with more room to breathe and a higher probability and higher room for profit, if that makes sense. Which kind of puts me in a position where I can start an account with 200 and grow it to 10 grand. That's why I've been trying to do that challenge. I've been aggressive with it, trying to do these crazy behind one to twos on the ones, but I'm actually gonna grow the account, and I'm actually gonna grow it from 2 to 10, and I'm not gonna rush that process. I'm gonna let that process kind of creep up on me because, like, me not even rushing it this week and taking an overall trade that y'all seen in my videos, this weekly high, it engulfed, it retested engulfed. My stop was under the engulf, if y'all remember. I could have sat in this trade, add-on positions, my entry was right here, and I would have been floating 1,400 pips, 1,040 pips. The account would have easily been at 1,500 off this trade right here. How I was leveraging, like, it could have easily. So that just to show you that it's time to actually make that transition where now I can do my passion, my career from morning to evening, and from evening to until it's time to go to bed. I want to spend time with family. I want to enjoy myself. I want to go to the gym. I want to record these videos. I want to make my content. I want to find my setups for the week. And not only for me, you'll see I have other pairs on here like Chef JPY, JPB, JBP, JPY, and Gold. But I really only trade US 30 and NAS. And we're going to go from there and be great. Period. So back to what I'm saying. I'm just taking my overall system that's been working, not just for me, but for the person who helped me develop this, who makes me, he's doing amazing. I'm not going to throw the number, just know he's extremely successful and he could probably buy your family. But I'm going to go over this system, and I definitely made tweaks to it. And those tweaks was made a year ago, so it's not like I'm just making tweaks. The only thing that I'm changing is that I'm implementing it on a higher time frame because I'm looking to trade the overall market, catch the overall trend, play with bigger TPs, bigger stops, and really start these big boy trades, catching the overall trend of where this market wants to go, riding the trend. Just like I said, we're not scalping no more. Obviously, it's going to be those opportunities to scalp, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to get in the trade structure, and make money, period. So as y'all can see, this is NAS. We're going to start off with 30, and I'm going to show y'all the way of how I'm about to walk this thing down, how I got my analysis, how we gonna just attack the market. See all these zones here, and we about to take some off. Matter of fact, let's take everything off. Even for NAS, let's take everything off. Because, yeah. First thing first, I'm going to, the weekly doesn't really hold. I don't really pay attention to it, but I do like to look at it because we are at the key area on the weekly. Just like how we are at the key area on the weekly. I do want to look to place a trade at that area because most likely at that area, we're going to get a big push. If not a big push, something's going to happen. and I can just drop down and see, I get the macro numbers behind me to help me predict with the technicals in front of me where this thing really want to go. So the first thing we can definitely identify is these levels right here. That's the first thing. Market's been falling, but we did find resistance at this key area, and it's even being spoke about on Yahoo Finance from my micro investors. I do both. So this is a key area we're coming from. I'll let you know that we wasn't really going to, the market wasn't overall going to crash. This was just a really strong pullback, and there was stuff going on in the economy that could have potentially caused a crash, and we could have snapped these areas, but we didn't. And that's good, because I don't like to sell the market, because I'm betting against all the citizens that are in the United States of America. I rather bet with you guys and not against you guys. So it's good that we are making that transition to uptrend. So now let's get to it. This has been written for a long time. Obviously, I know it by head, but I don't want to skip anything for the sake of this video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start from the daily, and we're going to walk our way down. That's it. We're going to start from the daily, looking at the daily time frame. We're going to walk our way down. First thing I can see, I like the structure point. I like how we coming from this area. I like how we snap this area and this area. And I already seen the zone on the weekly that price can easily come retest. That catches my attention. It's this area right here, 4805. 4805. Where is that on the daily? 4805. 4805 is right here. So not only is it a weekly high, it's a daily high, and it's a retest of an engulf candle on a daily, which looks extremely well. It looks very good. It will be tested here, testing this engulf. That's a high, and it's a weekly high. So it's just beautiful off the ripper. So that looks amazing. I like that. We're gonna go to the 4 hour, and we can clearly see that the 4 hour snap is snapping structure, and we're low-key trending. We're low-key trendy on the 4 hour. We low-key snapped structure on the 4 hour. So that definitely shows that this thing could wanna go higher, if that makes sense. We go to the 1 hour. 1 hour is trendy. That looks extremely trendy. We go to the 15-minute, and we can clearly see that there is a solid trend going on right now. From this area, there is a solid trend going on, and we did kind of snap these key areas where price was kind of like really struggling, and we finally closed above it for, it seems like, consecutive days. Or actually one day, not consecutive days. I apologize for that. So yes, overall this thing is extremely bullish. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to kind of write notes of what I see that I like, that catches my attention. And I already see a trade opportunity that looks really good. So first thing first, we're going to start off with what I see on this weekly. I'm going to go to this weekly, and I notice it is an area right here, and I'm going to mark it. I'm going to mark it. It is an area right here that I just like. I'm eyeing it down. Area. That looks like a weekly. That's a weekly high. That's a weekly retest. Oh, retest of high. That's the first thing we see. Weekly retest of high. Go to the daily now. Normally, I wouldn't look at the weekly, but the weekly do look good, and that is definitely going to be a part of it. That same weekly retest of high is a daily. It's a daily retest of engulf, comma high, comma major structure. So that's another key thing that looks extremely good. So we got this daily is not just a retest. This weekly is not just a retest for high, but when we drop down to the daily, it's a retest of this structure, 1, 2, 3. But it's also a retest of this engulf, this candle, and major structure, which is this structure coming across right here, which looks amazing. We can identify that. So now we already went through number 1 process. We went through number 2 process. And I do want to add this zone to complete the process of for number 2. And that's the structure zone right here. This is the major structure I'm talking about, by the way, guys. This is the major structure. And this is that weekly high. This is that weekly high. This is also a daily engulf. Not just a daily engulf, but a daily high. And a daily major structure. So this is not just a weekly high, but it's a daily engulf. It's let's go fix this. It's a daily engulf, it's a daily high, and it's daily major structure. So that's even better. And we're gonna obviously put that bold and put that in black to match the line, color of the line. Put that in bold. So second thing that we notice is the structure point. We kind of already have that down. Now it's time to move to the second thing, and that's mark highs and lows. And when I mean mark highs and lows, since we're trading the overall trend, we're watching price action within every daily candle for the day. Why? Because that lets us know when we get to a certain entry point. Let's say price does give me this pullback to this area and I get my entry. I'm marking the high and low of this candle. Price comes back down to this candle. I have so much confluence to take a trade right there, and I can easily set a stop probably right here to be safe. At my TP, I can easily target this area, and if we come smash through this area, come back, pull back, I can easily target an area right here. If we come smash back, we test this, I can easily target this area right here, and I'll probably be done. And if I really want to go even higher, this thing might make a bigger pullback, and I can target these areas up here. So definitely this is a area of interest. I like it, I love it, just too much influence. So let's mark this daily high out. We got this daily high. We're gonna make that purple. This is a daily. This is the daily high. This is the high. We call it the high, purple. And then we're gonna mark out the low. That's going to be pink. Colors that catch our attention. This is going to be the low. Definitely gonna go here, and we're gonna put this on top. That looks way better, right? So next number 4, we're gonna mark breaker structure. So let's drop down to the 4 hour and let's really kind of identify breaker structure. This right here is the overall breaker structure. We broke this structure, and it seems like we already retested this structure. So I probably do not expect for price to come back down here. So we're talking about breaker structure. The nearest breaker structure seems like it's going to be going to be right here. This is the nearest breaking structure. And most likely price is not going to come back to this area because price been to this area, retested this area, and we bought up. So price is most likely not going to come back to this area. You can mark that. BOS, breaking structure. Next thing you want to look for is key areas. Key areas is really simple, and to be honest, if I go to the 4 hour and I'm really paying attention to a key area, it would probably be this gap. I'll probably mark as a key area that I feel like price has to go to. Definitely this gap right here. So this is a gap fill. First thing first, one for key area dash. This is a gap fill. Just want to put that out there. That's a key area that I like. Gap fill. Another key area that I kind of like was this area here, but just to see that price already kind of retested this area on the 4 hour makes me feel like price is not going to come back down here. And then we actually came here and made a higher low and we made a higher high. So that kind of let us know that most likely we're not going to come back to this zone. Another key area that I see is definitely this area here, but I'm not too worried about it. Price got too much buyers that could just easily snap through. And if we don't snap through, then I'll probably come back, mark this out, go from there. 16 we're gonna do is look for trend lines, and like I said, the hour is trending. We can definitely probably remove this. I'll take this out the way. I don't need this because I already have all the data I need on my screen, but we can definitely see, look, the hour is definitely trending right now. Definitely trending. Look at this. We're trending. Definitely. I don't really like having these on my screen, so we're gonna kind of dim it down. Just good enough for us to notice it. And now we look for number 7. And that's candlestick confirmation. We kind of already got a confirmation we needed, and that was the retest of this area. The retest of this area. Once we got here, you could have bought. Once price got here, you could have definitely bought. Once price bought up here, you could have bought. Once we came and retest this area, you could have bought. And that's literally probably all the buy entries you could have got before this thing actually goes. I don't feel like we're going to come back down here. Probably never for the rest of our lives, to be honest. But if we already had this breaking structure, we got a high, low, high, low. It actually broke structure here, created a high, created a low. Now, this high that it created, it went and snapped below this high. That means we broke the structure. So either we're going to come here and sell from it, or we either come here and buy up from it. Look what it did, bought up from it. And that is extremely common. It happens all the time. High, low. Came here, snapped that structure. Price came down around that area, bought up. Now, when we don't bring this area up, we just focus on this area. We got a low, we got a high, over low. Snap structure, got retested already. We made a high, snapped this high, came back instead of coming off this high and buying up, we broke that high, which means we can either come and sell down or come and retest. And we retested that structure. And also to let you just know, when you're following the overall trend, I would never short off of this because this is going to create a head and shoulder. But I don't like calling it head and shoulder. It's childish. I like to call it structure that's being broken and retested. But if you see that we have a low, we have a higher low, and this is making a higher low, I would not bet that this thing is just going to follow this head and shoulders, or you can say break the structure and come back down. It's going to obviously keep wanting to keep going back up. So number 7 is candlestick confirmation. There is no candlestick confirmation because there is no trend opportunity. Market is closed, And number 8 is identify, can you get a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 minimum if there is an opportunity. Now the opportunity would have been in this area. Like that's obviously what the opportunity would have been right here. I probably would have taken this right here. This is what opportunity would have been. And obviously you would have had to have your stop under this zone, give it space probably under this high. So I would say, I know me, I'm getting in on this candle right here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I'll probably have my stop a little bit under this high because I know price can come here and come retest this high. And I know I'm getting in here, so I want to be safe by putting my stop a little bit under this high. So my trade looks something like this. Wow, easy. Look, that's how exactly how it looks like. And this is easily a 1-to-2. Then the moment we can identify, you got the 1-to-1, and now price is going to give us a 1-to-2. So once price can give us a 1-to-1, that's already good. That means whatever you put in, that's what you made. 1-to-2, whatever you put in, you made twice of that. And then obviously this thing can definitely give us a 1-to-3, which means whatever we put in, tripled it. So you get your 1-to-3. And that's my people, my system. Obviously it was helped along the way with people, amazing people, great people. Shout out to Justin, boy from Texas, go to US 30. But that's a system. All we did was take the system from a smaller time frame, implement it on a higher time frame, so we can give ourselves bigger trades, but also risk more. So it's like you're risking more to make way more. Same trade setups, just trading the overall trend. Because now when you go to the daily, look how sniper that look. Look how amazing of a trade that would have looked when you look at it from a daily time frame. Took this trade off the break of that high. Like that's perfect. You go down to a weekly and look how good it looked. Same thing. You would have took it off the break of this structure, basically, but just the structure point that's on the weekly. So it kind of matches up no matter what time frame you're looking at. And since I already kind of tried it up, what I'm looking for next week, I'll definitely be comfortable to let this one ride out, and we'll come see if we hit the areas that we need, and if price is going to keep going up or keep going down. And if we see a trade opportunity, we take it. And I ain't looking to take no trade opportunities until probably June. Yeah, May. We ain't looking for no trade opportunities. But June, we definitely back into the market. I want to spend this time May getting ready to go back into chasing my full-time career as an account exec. Other than that, see y'all boys later. And we'll be back for another video.